Righty then, and we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Rabbit Hole Show. So, uh, Dave is obviously in an undisclosed location.
Hello,
Uh,
everyone.
I decided to put our new email address right there underneath me. If anybody has any suggestions or comments after the show, just send me an email. Let's see. Today we're going to be talking about prepping for beginners. Do you have any ideas, Dave? Because I do. I have a couple of websites I want to show, but I want to start with you.
Sure. As soon as I turn my tablet down. um, yeah, the biggest thing to think about is getting started. Excuse me. If you haven't gotten started yet, don't let it spook you. You if you're thinking about prepping or even just putting together some type of storm disaster kit,
Well, I
you
think
know,
the main thing really is don't let it overwhelm you because it can be overwhelming. Because we know that for a fact because when we started, what was it, 15 years ago or so? You know,
yes.
once you start, it it definitely is a rabbit hole all by itself, uh, because there's so many different directions you can go, and you want to do all of them at once if it's something that you love to do. Like when I started canning, I couldn't get enough of it, and it got to the point to where we had nowhere else to put jars.
Ran out of room quick.
Yeah, so don't let it overwhelm you. So that's gonna be one of the things we're gonna say tonight. Basically, is start on one thing at a time, right?
No, that's it. Um, you know, don't, like you said, don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it spook you. Just be cool and go to the store and do your purchases. Don't go in with a panic. You know, it's like going grocery shopping when you're hungry. You wind
Yeah,
up buying a whole bunch of stuff
yeah, that's
that wasn't even on
a
the
good analogy. That's a good analogy. Don't go to the grocery store hungry.
list. you know, you
And I
know
do it all the time, and it's a big
um,
mistake.
no, it is. It is. Sorry, I'm turning
Well,
my volume down just a
one thing
hair, doing a little bit of adjustments.
one thing I didn't mention. I hope that everybody had a good holiday season. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Our year has started off kind of with a bang, has it not? With
Uh,
with what's his name, Maduro
Maduro and
getting
Venezuela.
captured.
So,
That was awesome. I think it's great.
well, you know, and uh, whether you agree with it or not, the circumstances was that China met with him that day to
Well, I think they were
discuss.
going to. They didn't get to, or am I wrong?
They were there.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, and
the decision was made pretty quickly.
not only
And
that, because
I'm not.
he was behind all the the fentanyl and all that kind of stuff coming into the country, but he was also behind the voter fraud with the machines, the Dominion machines.
Well, a lot of things can be said about what was right or wrong there. Either way, he was not good for the people.
No,
You
no.
know, and that's the main thing to take away from that. That he was not good for the people there. Um, many people from Venezuela, and I've worked with some guys from Venezuela that has had to shelter their families and do all kind of wild stuff to take care of their family members over there because of how bad it was run over there. It was just a failed state, a corrupt government. So hats
Yeah.
off to them, and hopefully, the people will start to flourish a little more than what they ever was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I've got a couple of websites I want to pull up um, because I think they're relevant to the topic. Let's see. Now I have to find them first. Let's see. And we're going to get covered up here. I won't be able to see you, Dave. But Dave, I want you to. Can you see this website? Oh, wait, not that one. Oops. Here we go. Can you see that, Dave?
Not yet. Well, we do have Survival Sullivan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this one I was looking through it, and this one is actually a really good place to start. Um, if if you want to just have like a checklist or whatever, this one pretty much covers everything. Like it goes shelter, fire and heating, water, food and cooking, light, clothing, and so on and so on. And I think this is a really good kind of a guide if you want to begin your prepping journey. Um, I wanted to get down to the where it is. Let's see, the food and cooking because there I was reading through it and there was a couple things that I mean I love the website. I'm not knocking the creator of the website. They did an awesome job. There's just one thing or two that I just don't agree with. Like right here, it says this is a list of non-perishable, calorie-dense foods. Yes, they're calorie dense, and some of these are non-perishable: the flour, honey, pasta, rice, and beans. But the canned fish, um, excuse me, can be perishable if it's not stored properly. So cool, dark, and dry is always the rule of thumb when it comes to your canned goods. Um, Drink mixes and electrolyte replacement powders. Um, yeah, those are good. What I just wanted to not that what he put here is wrong. I just wanted to add to the electrolyte replacement. Um, you can do your own electrolyte replacement without having to buy those ones that come in the little packets. Um,
The liquid IV, like the ones I use.
Not necessarily that one because that one's okay, but
Yeah, there's another one out there that
there's
I'll
a
have to research the name.
there's so
Uh,
many different ones out there. But what I'm going to stress is that you can actually make your own with just water and mineral salt, such as pink Himalayan or Celtic gray salt. And all you need is a little pinch of the salt dissolved in some water, and there's your electrolytes. So that's just if you don't want to buy a bunch of those packets of the electrolyte replacement powders. That's an option that you can do. So, but yeah, this website is really awesome because, like I said, it's got a great list and it highlights each one and gives examples of each one. And another thing that I wanted to say is that with the category of the light, which is number 4 on the list, it doesn't mention candles, and I think candles you need to have some candles on hand. Uh,
yes, and also too, when you're buying those candles, make sure you're getting the ones that are the long burn survival type candles. Wow. Um, you can get some cheaper candles and they won't last very long, but some of them, you can get 24-hour and 36-hour candles and even longer. I've got a couple 100-hour candles that work very well.
yeah, yeah.
Um, One thing is too, we'll have to do another separate show on flashlights. I'm working on changing a lot of my flashlights up right now to get them all USB-C rechargeable. or make sure they're USB-A. I can charge them off of a battery pack or a Jackery or EcoFlow instead of
Mhm.
having a whole bunch of double A's, triple A's, and all of that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
a couple of things I've been looking. Are you?
I'm
It's
leaving it
different
up
because we're not sitting.
I'm leaving it up intentionally so that people can write down the website because
Perfect. All
it's
right.
kind of
So,
lengthy.
well, it's a little different since we're not sitting in the same room. I am in a remote location. So I wanted to make sure you were finished with that. I got a couple things.
Okay.
Um, you know, to get started prepping, whether you are prepping or you're not and are just thinking about it, a couple things about getting started. Um, Assess your risk and plan. Identify your threats. Consider natural disasters, earthquakes, hurricanes, blizzards, potential disruptions, power outages, job loss specific to your area. Then create a plan. Develop a basic communication and meeting plan with your family. Decide on how to handle different scenarios. And it doesn't hurt to go through different scenarios back and forth, just bouncing back and forth. Because my scenario may be different from yours. If you need to evacuate, bug out, that's a total different
Well, it that would
problem in itself.
yeah, because it depends on where you're going. If you're
Well,
go ahead.
yes. Uh, if you have a predetermined place you're going to bug out to, by all means, go for it, as long as it's stocked up. But in all honesty, the back in the day thought of I'm going to grab my bug out bag and leave my home, those days are pretty much come and gone. I think a lot of us are in the Alamo mindset now that we're
Hmm.
just going to stand where we are and survive where we are.
Well, yeah, a lot of people have that same mindset.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know of anybody that plans on bugging out because, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but bugging out, it seems to me it would take a whole lot more planning. Because first of all, you have to have a secondary place to go, and is that going to be in are you going to be staying with family or friends or whatever, and then you all have to plan together on uh, how much you're going to bring, and because you're bringing more stuff into their home if it is some family member or a friend, and you have to plan on where you're going to store all the stuff, because it's their house. They have everything where they want it, right? And if you're bugging out to their house, that's you got to plan all of that. To me, it just seems easier to stay put.
So if you ever think about you're going to be bugging out, I encourage you to go on a 4 day camping trip somewhere. And what does it take for you to survive that 4 days? What do you bring with you on that 4 day camping trip? And then times that by 100. I mean,
Hmm.
it's very hard to do.
Well, the reason
I'm
why I
not saying,
say, yeah, the reason why I mentioned, if you're going to someone else's house, because I don't know too many people that can afford another property. You know what I
well,
mean? That just
I'm sorry, I'm not watching the chat. I have a website pulled up here. So, real quick, so build a basic kit though. So here's the thing. Think about a 14-day standard. You want water. You want to store 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and sanitation. Food, like Lisa was talking about, stock up on non-perishable items you actually eat, canned goods, pastas, rice, snacks, and practice using them. First aid and health, a comprehensive first aid kit, necessary prescription meds, and hygiene supplies, which is soap, sanitizer, and it goes into some other aspects. The tools and lights, flashlights, extra batteries, Matches will disintegrate. The flints and the lighters will go away
Mhm.
if they're stored long enough.
Mhm.
Um, Multi tools, manual can opener. Um,
Mhm. That and you said manual. I'm sorry to interrupt you. But in that list on that website, if you go a little further down, one of the categories is tools and manual tools. You have to have manual tools.
so, but that was, and I just pressed the wrong button, and that page just went away. So, all right.
Well, I guess we're moving on
Uh,
then.
uh, so, well, I'm operating off a tablet here, and some things are intuitive and some are not. But one big thing is don't get overwhelmed. Think about what you're prepping for. I mean, that's the main thing. If you think you're going to be prepping for a hurricane, like that's going to change your list. There's going to be some things that overlap, but it does change your list of how much. You know, when I was in Florida during the hurricane, the motto used to be that the first 72 is on you. Well, recently when I was down there, and that was less than 2 years ago, they were telling you the first 7 days are on you.
Mhm.
You know, so your 72-hour kit may not get you to the end. So you need to think about that. That instead of being a 72-hour or a 3 day kit, it needs to be a 3 week kit. Well,
Right.
okay, so you build that 3 week kit, and then you say, okay, now I'm getting started. What if I just made that a 6 week kit? Oh, well, now I'm going to make this a 9 week kit.
Mhm. It's easy
Then,
to
but
do when you do it in just gradually. If you don't
yes,
have if you don't have a canner, if you don't have a dehydrator or a freeze dryer or whatever, any way to preserve food, one of the things I was going to mention is, uh, and I do want to pull up this second website that I want to show you real quick. Let's see. Yeah, here we are. And I'll leave it up so that Of course, these things are not hard to find. I mean, you can just type in a Google search. But this is the top 10 on according to this website. Is the top 10 best canned foods to stockpile, and of course, number one is spam. Who doesn't love spam? It's like they say here, you either love it or you hate it. Well, I kind of like it, but and sardines, baked beans. It says to stockpile tuna in the oil. I'm not sure why not the water, but uh, basically meats and vegetables. And of course, we got all of it, like meats, veg, and fruits. But this is an example. I mean, you don't have to go by this list exclusively. You know, buy whatever you want to, whatever you and your family will eat. Like when you go to the grocery store, if you're buying spam, for example, just buy a couple of extra cans and put the extra cans away. And it's as simple as that. The same with toiletries and things of that nature. So it's not hard to get started. So, are you looking for that
no,
website
no,
again?
no. Oh no, I am answering some of the stuff on YouTube and
Oh,
attending to some of the chats here. We got Ron and Chad in here with us. Uh,
yeah,
haven't
I
talked to Ron in a
saw.
while.
Hey, Ron, how you
So that's
doing?
cool. Right,
And then
been a while.
there's
Uh,
Chad, and I saw Todd. I see there's Todd in there. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all had a really good holiday season. But
Hold on.
you know,
There we go. Let's
you
see
know,
here. And then we had
obviously, prepping has.
Jason
Oh, go
is
ahead.
with us. Uh, Todd and Jonathan. We've got quite a few people in here with us. Glad to have y'all with us. Um, but
Cool.
so another thing to think about is, like I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, this flashlight, this fire starter, you know, make it fun.
Well, yeah,
Just
you have to make it fun. I mean, it's fun in the beginning. Yes, it is fun. When I first started canning, I will admit, you know, I couldn't get enough of it. And same with when I bought the Excalibur dehydrator, and then especially when we first got the freeze dryer. We were doing all sorts of things. You can look on the channel and find any of them that says "Will it freeze dry?" We were doing
yes,
everything, which we need to
yes,
start that back up. But I think we ran out of ideas on "Will it freeze dry?" But it can get overwhelming. Like I said before, I was canning so much that we ran out of room. Um, but it is fun. It is fun, especially when you're first starting out with canning, and then you start doing research and you figure out there's so much more that you can use the canner for other than vegetables and meat. You can actually create meals in a jar and things like that. Um, but you do have to be aware of, there are YouTube channels out there that do give false information. And an example is you can, and I've said this before, but it doesn't hurt to say it again in case somebody is listening that's never heard this. There are YouTube channels out there that will tell you that you can water bath anything, including meat. This is dangerously false because meat canning meat is different than canning vegetables. And by the way, certain vegetables, it has to be a high acid food uh, to be safe with water bath canning. If it's a low acid food such as green beans or potatoes, things like that, it has to be pressure canned. Otherwise, you run the risk, and especially meat, any kind of meat, doesn't matter what it is, it has to be pressure canned because it has to be well above the boiling point before it will kill off the botulism spore if it is there. But you have to, when you're canning, you have to assume that it is. And that's the reason for the canning process, is to kill it off. So anytime you hear you can water bath meat, please do not believe it. Please do not believe it, because you are running a risk of, number one, ending up in the hospital if you let it sit too long before you use it, or number two, pushing up daisies. So we don't want that.
right. Be safe. That's the main thing.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's just a matter of doing your own research, and it's you know uh, there have been times where I've watched a YouTube channel. Of course, this was years ago, so I can't remember which one it was, but uh, they were given that kind of advice, and you know, I I have to admit, yeah, I was intrigued about it because you know it doesn't take as long. You don't have to wait for the pressure to build up in the canner, because it's just a water bath. It's just a pot with a rack in the bottom. That's it. It doesn't seal or anything. And I was like, okay. So I started doing some research on it and found out that that's not a good thing to do. So, um, yeah. Don't believe everything you hear. If it sounds too good to be true, trust your gut.
Well, and that's the thing. You just want to make sure you're doing it safe. There's enough information out there that backs up what Lisa's saying. So just make sure you're doing that. And like I said, if you doubt this, look it up. Uh, there's a lot of information out there
Well,
that does back it up.
as far as canning goes, I can tell you for a fact that I've learned a lot of the science behind it from Rose Red Homestead. That's a YouTube channel. Go to Rose Red Homestead, and you can't miss her. She's a cute lady with a big ball of red hair. She's just adorable. You can't miss her. So if you want to know about the science behind it, go to Rose Red Homestead.
So for reference, equipment, uh, we did, I would say 90% of our canning with a Presto canner from Walmart.
We used that canner for like 11 years.
So to go out and spend the big money right up front. Now, would I suggest the Presto right now? Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it was a workhorse.
Yes, yes.
Um, Now, is the All American canner better? Yes.
Well, for a couple
But
of reasons.
can,
Go ahead, Dave.
oh, well, I was just saying, but do you have to have the most badass canner out there?
Or the
No.
most
You,
expensive. No, you don't.
no, you don't have to,
No.
you know. But that is one that you would hand down to your family members.
Like cast iron.
Yeah, it's going to last you forever,
Hmm.
you know. So,
Well, one of the main reasons that the All American, surpasses the Presto is because of the lid and the thickness of the walls. But the lid more especially because the Presto, it has the rubber gasket that helps to seal it when you put the lid on, and that can dry rot if you don't use your canner for an extended period of time. That rubber gasket can dry rot on you.
which is
And
a
then,
tried and true method,
sorry.
you know, which is a tried and true method.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to maintain it.
Well, yeah, you do. And with the All American, it doesn't have that rubber gasket. It's a metal to metal seal,
Right.
so you don't even have to worry about it.
And the All American does have a better locking system on top. It's got, I think it's eight of the turn locking handles that swing out of the way. You take the lid off,
Mm-hmm.
but you swing them up and you tighten it down, and it goes all the way around.
Yeah.
So there's a better locking mechanism there also. But the Presto is just fine. You can
Mm-hmm.
pick up the Presto for less than $100. Um, so, um, Matter of fact, we gifted our Presto canner to Robbie and Casey,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got All American now.
Yeah.
Um, so, just some of the things to think about. Freeze dryers have come a long way. I mean, I'm sorry, dehydrators have come a long way, and you can get by with a quality dehydrator. We found out that the round ones you get at Walmart, those don't hold up well.
No, but they're a good starter.
Exactly. Now, same thing. If you're going to occasionally do it for beef jerky here or there, or some apple chips,
Oh yeah, get the cheapy
by
cheapy.
by all means, go for it. If you plan on processing food, you need to look at something that's got multiple layers to where you can have, 2 or 3 pounds of vegetables in there,
Yeah, you need something
or
with some muscle. You
some
know.
volume. A lot of the ones at Bass Pro or Cabela's are really good.
Hmm.
Um, so look at that. You don't have to go straight to the Excalibur name brand like we did, but they are a commercial grade, and we've had ours for 12, 13 years.
Uh, Seth had.
Solid.
Well, I can tell you, Seth hadn't started growing a beard yet.
So there you go. Uh, and it is not uncommon for us to run that thing all week. We'll run
Oh
one
yeah.
process, we'll take it out, we'll reload it, and just roll it.
Hmm. Oh, and
It's a commercial grade
it's
process.
very easy to clean too.
Yes,
It's very easy to
so
clean.
uh, so that's your pressure canning. That's your
Dehydrator.
dehydrator, freeze dryer. Uh, we got to harvest right. When we bought ours, they were the only ones in the market.
Now there's
There's a
several.
couple of yeah, there's a couple of newer ones out there, Blue Sky or Blue something, whichever.
I actually
Um,
haven't looked them up, honestly.
so take a look at them. Uh, they they all are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way microwaves used to be 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
Well,
fact. You know,
you mean 40,
uh,
40 years ago.
oh yeah, I'm thinking TVs. Uh, I mean, TVs. I just seen a 85-inch TV for $250 brand new.
Are
You
you
know,
sure it was 85? No, that one was like
yeah,
400 or something. Or was it
it was at
200?
Walmart. They just marked them all down. Uh, that
Yeah.
used to be a $5,000 TV. So if you're interested in it, if you can, go for it. You know, um, prices will come down.
Yeah,
But
eventually. But with something like the freeze dryer, I think that I don't see the prices coming down by much with
no,
something like
there's only
that.
three companies.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing too is you have to justify buying one. Are
Oh
you going to
yeah.
be processing enough for you to buy a $2,000 or $3,000 piece of equipment to do that?
Mhm.
I mean, it is. And some of them are even cheaper, you know. But you got to check it. Or is it worth it to you to do that? So don't buy one just because someone says, "Ooh, I need this." No, you need to make sure you actually need it.
Yeah, because that's quite
So
it is an investment,
it
with the
is.
freeze dryer. And
And if you're just going to sit there and do candy in it,
it's not that's not
it
really worth. Can't really. I mean,
yeah,
if you want to do that, go
or
ahead.
just
If you plan on making enough freeze dried candy to sell and make a profit, go for it. But if it's
go for
just a here and there type of use, it's something that when you buy it, you want to get your money's worth out of it. And ours is I work that thing to death.
it. Yes.
So
Um.
because
So
it is fun because when you make, like tonight I made spaghetti, but I made a really big pot of spaghetti. So what we don't eat is the rest of it's going on the freeze dryer,
well, between that and the chili you just made,
right?
uh, there's that's the best thing about the freeze dryer. Eat leftovers. You can
Mhm.
a couple of things you can't.
Well, now,
Fats and greases.
well,
There's
it's
certain
yeah,
things.
the it's true. The freeze dryer, the fat and the fat and grease and stuff like that, that will not freeze dry. But now you can't really do this with spaghetti because the noodles would just disintegrate. But like take the chili for example. If you've made too much chili and you've got enough to left over to feed an army, you can can it. Of course,
Yes.
it'll have to be pressure canned, but you can still can it.
So it is called the rabbit hole for a reason. We'll switch gears for just a second because it was mentioned in the chat.
Okay, because I haven't been looking at it.
That's all right. This is the Olight Arc Pro Ultra.
Is that the one that this a security guard mistaken for a knife?
Yes, because it has a pocket clip on the back that looks like a knife. But
Yeah.
um, this is my new favorite EDC light. Um, it's got spot and flood, and it also has a green laser in it. So the beauty of this one is it's very thin. It is shaped like a knife. You can carry it very easy. The Olight, I'm sorry, the Arc Pro Ultra is 1700 lumens, and it's got actually like moonlight feature, which is I think 10 lumens. Well, another cool thing is it's got the USB-C charging on the side
Cool.
and magnetic charging on the back.
Nice.
So I've got that one. Oh, I just turned the laser on. My new one for Christmas is the Olight Batten Turbo. This little guy is one of the longest throw flashlights I've got. It's actually pretty cool because it's got the little light indicators on it. It tells you how brightness it is. So, got Seth one of these. He didn't have a good flashlight, and this takes one 123A lithium battery, or their proprietary rechargeable battery that's also magnetic chargeable. So, Olight, they are my next favorite light. I mean,
Isn't it cute?
well, no, this is the O clip, and what I like about this one is it's got red. So, if you need red light for camping, which we all know the value of a red light, because when you're out
What's
there in the
the
middle of the night,
significance of the red light?
red light won't knock out your night vision. So if you're out there camping, you're hanging out by the fire, and your vision is already kind of acclimated to the night. Well, you could turn on the red light and look in your bag or something, and it won't distort your eyes too much.
Mm-hmm.
To where you all of a sudden it feels like you stared at the high beams of a headlight. The red light preserves your night vision. Also too, if you're trying to be kind of sneaky or stealthy, it preserves that too. So, but again, USB-C charging. So that's the goal right now, is to get all of this stuff to charge the same way. That way, one second.
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought you were going to turn the lights out and demonstrate.
I could do that, but I don't know how well the camera would pick that up. But that way, your EcoFlow battery bank can charge all of your goodies, including your lights, your phone, your tablet, and I'm fixing to have another radio that is USB-C charged also. So all this can be charged from the same battery bank. It's trying to simplify everything, so when you're out and about in the field or even in the truck, you've got a carrying case that in the camera.
Yeah, I see it.
That has everything you need to charge in one pouch. So something to think about, and me being on the road has made me realize this a little bit more, that I need to have things a little simpler instead of having to carry a whole bunch of AA, AAA batteries and things like that. And this is an EcoFlow 25,000 milliamp battery with 170 watt charge capability. So they're running these on sale right now too.
Who is?
EcoFlow actually.
Their website. Okay, I didn't know if it was that. Preparedness Depot
No,
or
it's actually their own website. I think they're like $89, but for a very capable fast charge system, it works out really well. And just in case anyone says, "Hey, what was that bag he had?" I bought this. I think it prepared on Best Buy. THULE Soul. How I keep all my cables together. It has been a lifesaver in hotel rooms and airports and
mm-hmm.
all kind of stuff.
Well, cool.
So,
Well,
sorry, I had to geek out there for a minute.
well, that's fine because that's your department, not mine.
uh, I think maybe the next one we'll have a geek fest here. We'll try and do some type of EDC type.
Okay, well,
Now,
that's that. If you're wanting to do that, that's going to be you and Seth. 'Cause, like,
we may
like
even
I've
we may
always
be,
said, me push button, me talk. That's all I know.
well, we may even work out to maybe have a couple other guest speakers on here with us too. We've got a couple of things up our sleeves, so we'll see what we can work out.
Yeah, yeah. That we've got a lot in the works for this year. So
Oh yeah.
we do have a lot in the works for this year, but it's not going to happen overnight. You know, because it takes time and money, and we have to work at our pace. Well, financially anyway. But but did you have
But
any?
there's going to be some cool things coming. There's going to be some new avenues for us. Uh, some other means of communications from us.
Yep,
So stay tuned for a lot to come from
from the rabbit
your
hole.
rabbit hole friends.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely going to be fun. Other than now, when you say a different means of communications, which part are you talking about?
we'll see.
We've said it before. It's okay.
So
Okay, he doesn't want to say.
no, not yet, not yet. We're
Okay.
not at the point yet where we want to make a full blown announcement. And if I let something leak in the past, you're going to have to go back and research that. But we'll let it ride at that for now.
Okay. You really
But
like piquing people's curiosity, don't you?
you got to keep people coming around. You know,
Well,
we've got a lot of
I am
stuff in
not
the
one to
works.
clickbait,
I'm not
so.
doing that. I'm not doing that. My main thing is I don't want to say, hey, be on the lookout for this. And it winds up being something that's going to take longer. Uh, so I don't want to hold people um, at bay for too long. Because
Well,
we
I
are
can I
restricting my
can
time and money right now.
if now correct me if I'm wrong again. Um, I'm gonna give it a maybe 3 month timeline. Is that close
Yeah,
ish?
say four.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, uh, but yeah, stay tuned. We've got some cool things in the works, and I think all of us will like.
Okay. Well, if you don't
Um,
have anything else to add, we can go ahead and wrap up.
no, the only thing I want everyone to pay attention to this year. Uh, think about if you have been prepping, what you need to go through your supplies and double check your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking along the lines of flashlights, I have found a couple of mine that I left my battery stored inside them, and now that they are trash. The batteries leaked out the good battery juice, and now they're all corroded, and I threw them away. So another reason for the rechargeable lights. Check your equipment. It has been some time. You know, we're winter now. You need to check your inventory. Look, go through your bags, go through your gear. Now is the time for that. Uh,
Right.
I do it. I do it roughly 3 times a year: at the beginning, the middle, and the end. So just take a look at your inventory of your bags, your medical equipment, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't gotten started and you want to know how to get started, that website right there below Lisa's picture right there, shoot us an email. We can walk you through this. Don't think that you're in this alone. Don't let this be overwhelming. You know, hell, we'll give you our cell phone number so we can talk you through it. You know, all we want is people to be prepared and ready. I don't ever want to find out,
Well,
man,
that's
I was
our ultimate
too
goal.
scared.
That's our ultimate goal is just to help people to learn how to get started, you know. So, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
So, no, that's it. You know, just do something. I mean, that's really what it is. Just do something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, every little can you buy extra is in the right direction. So I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to add that to make sure that the people that are still running through everything and trying to think about, man, I've seen so many of these videos and I don't know where to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, there are so many videos, literally millions, probably websites and videos combined. You know, you don't know where to start. You don't know how to get started or whatever. And one website will tell you one thing, another a video will tell you something else. You know, and they may be right,
Right.
but you know, just do some research. Just do something. That's pretty much our motto. Just do something.
Just do something. That's it. Chad just mentioned in there, having a foldable solar panels with you.
Mhm.
Uh, absolutely. Have something with you to where you can charge your stuff on the go.
Mhm.
I'm experimenting a lot with solar right now. You know, and Ron just said, he just ran through his EDC bag. Absolutely. Check it out because you just never know what might have went bad. And first aid equipment's the first thing to go. The tape gets gummy, the band-aids quit sticking,
Mhm.
or something was leaking in your first aid kit. And now I got to toss it all out
Right.
and start over
Yeah.
because I had to buy a thing of eye wash, soak everything, or whatever. So go through your stuff, check it out. If you got any questions or comments, shoot us an email. We want to hear from y'all. And if you got any questions, there it is. We're here for you.
Okay. So I want to just take just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to put these couple of websites up that these are our sponsors. This one right here is Authenticate. If you have any branding, she does branding, marketing, all of these things right here. Uh, Logos, business cards, brochures, postcards, etc. She can even do a billboard if you need one. All that kind of good stuff. Uh, it is authenti-kate.com. Uh, just go there if you're needing any kind of graphic design. And the other one here is Impact Accounting Partners. Obviously, that is tax services. Let's see, accounting and bookkeeping, general business consulting, tax preparation and planning, corporate governance and board training, and a couple other things, batch payment processing and TBD. And that is impactaccountingpartners.com. Thank you to both of our sponsors. We really do appreciate that. Both of your sponsorships, Kate and Melissa. Thank you so much. And with that, I guess we are going to wrap it up for the evening. And glad everybody made it out of 2025 in one piece. And I hope you all had a happy new year. Hopefully, this year will be a lot better than last year for everybody. 2025 was kind of a rough year for us, but we are moving forward. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you not hear me? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on. Stand by. All right. Sorry about this, guys. We're having technical issues. All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and close it down. We wish you all a very good evening.
Well, if you can still hear me, have a good evening, everyone.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear me. But, all right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for your comments in the chat. We really appreciate it. And hope you all have a wonderful evening.